Jason Doyle is a Speedway Grand Prix rider for the first time in 2015. SGP TV caught up with the Australian ahead of the 2015 Mitas Slovenian FIM Speedway Grand Prix, round 9 of the series. You've achieved that goal of being in the Grand Prix series. What goals did you set yourself for the season?
Yeah, this year it was going to be the first goal was going to be top 8. I knew it was going to be very difficult coming into the Grand Prix with all the riders always been in the Grand Prix for the last few years, and I knew that some of the tracks what I was going to go to was going to be first time there, and even all the indoor stadiums, your bikes, the way you think, and everything is a lot different to normal league racing.
How has the step up been in reality to what you thought it would be?
The gap between league racing and Grand Prix is a lot different to what I thought it was going to be. A lot of mental games, a lot of different ways to approach the speedway in Grand Prix than league racing. There's a lot of mind games in the pits, which I'm finally getting used to, really, because most riders don't like talking to each other. There's some riders what would like to go around and chat to everyone and suss out everything what's happening, but I'm one of them riders what like to keep to myself and get concentrate.
We've spoken earlier in the season when taking a point, maybe 2 points is better than trying for the win. Is that something that's evolving in Jason Doyle?
Yeah, definitely. I've been told many a times to bank the points, but when I'm a racer, you've got to race for them gaps, and the last couple of times it hasn't paid off. I know the one and only one I think I've done wrong was when I skittled Bomber in Daugavpils, but the other week in Gorzhov, I think it was a 50-50 chance that it was going to happen or it didn't happen, and just one of them things that in Grand Prix racing, it's all hard racing, but I'm learning a lot with banking the points, and hopefully I can do it tonight.
If we look at Gorzhov for a minute, and I don't know if people realise, but it'd be nice to hear it from you. A lap lasts 15 seconds. The opportunity when you're in third, you see a gap and you decide to go for it. That's a split-second decision. What sort of thought process do you go through when you're making decisions to go on the inside?
It's the same thing as stopping at a red light. It's you pretty much got to do it there and then, and it was the same move what I done in Gorzhov. The gap was happening, I had that much speed coming into it, and you only got that split second to either think yes or no, and I'd already made that decision to make it 100% go into that corner, and if you're not committed, you might as well not ride motorbikes, because it is a dangerous sport. I'm not out there to hurt anyone, but I just want to race safely and the best I can.
3 times so far this season, you've put yourself in a good position in terms of a semi-final draw and haven't converted it into a final yet. Is that a frustration? And how do you convert that to the next step of getting to a final?
Definitely making into the semi-finals in Melilla was a bit of a bummer for myself. It's trying to get the monkey off my back, really, just to get into a final. It just hasn't happened at the moment. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself in the semis, which hopefully if I make another semi this year, I can do a little bit differently, and hopefully it'll plan out.
3 rounds left in Europe. The last one is in Australia. What's it going to feel like, the opportunity to ride in a GP in Australia?
Yeah, this is probably my biggest dream to ever come true, to ride in front of just my family and friends. I've done it for the last 10 years for the Australian titles, but this will magnitude to something so much special for myself and all the other Australian riders, to actually finally ride in front of our hometown, our home fans, instead of riding in England against the Brits and against the Poles and the Swedes when they ride in their hometown. It's finally we've got that actual advantage to have the home supporters actually supporting us.
Lastly for you, to finish off the season in the top 8, what's that going to mean?
Yeah, at the start of 2015, my goal was to make the top 8. 7th with 3 rounds to go. I'm just in a good position. It's very tight from 5th to 8th at the moment, so I need to bank some points in the next couple of rounds, and hopefully my goal can be achieved.